name is Mark.
My name is Maya.
And we are Meet Eminem.
Eminem.
And I'm not sure if you heard the news, but on May 24th, we got married.
We officially got married. We wanted to create a series about our virtual wedding experience because a lot of people are doing it now, but at the time it felt really awkward. So here are 3 of our top reasons why we decided to have a virtual wedding the way we had our virtual wedding.
So reason number 1, COVID, obviously. COVID has affected every aspect of life, business, as we know it. Originally, our wedding was planned for November 24th?
29th.
29th, whatever. Was planned for November 29th. So we actually decided to move it up because we weren't actually sure if the wedding that we wanted was gonna actually be able to happen, right?
Yeah.
So, I think that's it for that one, right? Pretty much just COVID?
Yeah, that was pretty much, well, and also because of how COVID affected the people around us. Some people are really fortunate that COVID hasn't, personally affected you, but in our life, it affected our friends, our family members, it affected people's jobs and their livelihood, and we didn't feel comfortable asking folks in a very uncertain time to start to make plans about traveling for us. We know people spread around the whole country for the most part, from everywhere, and so to ask them to think about in a very, again, uncertain time to travel to the South, Alabama, shout out to Alabama, for our wedding.
It's a cool place.
Whatever, for our wedding, it was just a bit uncomfortable, so we decided to go with the virtual route.
Yeah, and it was interesting, right? Because in this time, everyone's pushing theirs back, and we decided to move ours up.
Yeah.
Reason number 2?
Yes, reason number 2, timeline. So the reason why this is one of our biggest decisions is because, as Mark said, our original wedding was in November, but during COVID, our lifestyle completely changed. We're stuck in the house every single day, looking at each other every single day. There's no one else to see, there's no one else to hang out with, and we started to feel like it didn't make sense for us to wait until November or 2021, which is what it was looking like at first when we decided to shift our wedding plans to get married. We said, why not just do it right now? Because we love each other. And
when we planned that, we only actually had 3 weeks from our actual wedding date to make it happen, and we did it. Maya's the real MVP, and we'll talk about why in the later episodes as well.
This whole Project Cupid New York City thing.
Yeah. And in terms of timeline, it also didn't feel comfortable, like we had to wait for the government, for good reasons why, as to when it was okay to get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all for timeline?
Yeah. That's
all
it.
All right.
And last reason, last and final one, is money. Weddings.
This is because of how you feel, but whatever.
Yeah, weddings are, I thought they were expensive. They are really much more expensive than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
The spreadsheet kept getting longer and longer and longer. And COVID gave me the perfect reason to really downsize it tremendously.
Yeah.
We saw that we were putting money in and we weren't gonna get it back.
Well, I want to say something about that because, all right, so Mark is definitely the more conservative one when it comes to thinking about our future and like planning financially around that. I'm like an everyday stickler. I'm everyday frugal. He's like future long-term frugal. And so with that in mind, I was kind of like, let's spend the money. This is our wedding. Like, let's
Wildin'.
Let's ball out.
Wildin'.
And Mark was kind of like, now is an opportunity for us to save a lot of money by having this virtual experience, and then in a few years or next year, we can have the wedding that you want. And it was really hard for me to accept, I won't lie. It's very difficult.
But now you are?
Now I'm glad we did it.
Right.
But it took a while to get there.
Not only because we saved, but because it was like who dreams, no one dreams having a wedding like this.
No.
But it ended up happening perfect. Yeah. So I think that brings us to the end of
part one.
Why
we decided to have our virtual wedding.
That's it. See you in episode 2.
Yeah, part two.
Wait, and share, and subscribe with a friend if you're interested.
Please do that. In part 2, what we'll be discussing is the planning process of putting together our virtual wedding. There are companies out there that you can hire or pay to help you put that stuff together, but we put it together by ourselves, and so we want to talk about our experience. So if you are interested to know what our planning process looked like, join us in part 2 of this virtual wedding series.
Peace.
Bye. Oh, and here are the rings.
Let me get a little closer. Closer, closer, closer. And cut.